pag-ibig di ko mula ikaw na pagkaniulbi Muro kaya kapag hindi tulugma Sikulo ko mula Sukot yung gawin ko mo Pag-ibig di ko mula ikaw na pagkaniulbi Muro kaya kapag hindi tulugma Sikulo ko mula
Shukulugi mo kisalaman Fitan mo ko gani
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the TigerBelly podcast. We've got George in the house. We've got Gilbert and his flat face.
Can't see me.
He's a Filipino with a flat face. And fucked up legs.
He's got good legs.
I got great calves.
And
dude.
fucked up areolas.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can't defend the area.
Yeah, they're fucking gross looking.
No,
We got Khalyla, my ex-girlfriend.
Love how he advertises that.
I said not to talk until I say your name.
Congresswoman.
Congresswoman.
Please, Congresswoman.
Yeah. I apologize. So, we have a living, to me, honestly though, to me, she's a living legend.
Yes.
Not just to you, to me.
Yeah,
me
to
as well.
Khalyla too as well. She, was in iconic movies, Wayne's World. I think she was in True Lies, a bunch of shit. Jury
think?
Duty. Jury Duty.
Did you do some homework? Do you even know who's in your audience? The whole studio
Yeah.
here?
But
Where's
to-
my bio?
To me, she's done a bunch of TV, produced shit. But to me, for me, how we had Margaret on show? To me, it's like, she's a pioneer, a trailblazer. Because when I came into town, it was really hard. And I've told many, many stories how difficult it was. And without the people before me, I don't know if I'd be able to survive, And we did a movie together called Heartbreakers or something.
Or something.
Or something. No one saw it, but yeah, I just really, and she, when I did work with her, I just remember recalling she was like super cool and kind, and it was just a pleasure. And she has a new movie coming out, the Joe Coy movie called Easter Sunday, which I was offered a part and I didn't do because I had to do another movie. I was in another movie in Hungary.
Big mistake. Huge.
All right, no, I know, I fucked up. I fucked it up.
Congresswoman.
I'm
Congresswoman.
leaving now. I'm leaving.
No, sit down. All right, so give her a round of applause. Tia Carrere, everybody. Tia Carrere. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for doing it.
Thank you. Sibilance. All right, sounds good.
So do you do podcasts a lot or no?
This is the biggest and most glamorous podcast I've ever done.
Wow. What have you done?
None.
Yeah.
No, sitting in my living room during, COVID, just talking on my Insta crack or whatever, just talking to people because I was lonely and stuck at home.
Yeah. Did when Joe called you, did you have to just think about it? Because I got a hold of you through Joe Coy.
Yeah, no. When he said Bobby Lee, I'm like, I'm in.
Oh,
Bobby Lee, I'm in. I love Bobby Lee. He's awesome. Whatever he does is going to be cool.
Thank you for just existing. In the 90s, was it hard to? I mean, what was it like the
80s.
climate?
I came here in '84
Wow.
because I'm that old.
You came here, you were born in Hawaii, right?
I was born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I was discovered in a grocery store in Waikiki. And a producer's mother and father came up to me and said, "Darling, you're gorgeous. My son's looking for the female lead in his film, Aloha Summer, and you'd be perfect." And I was still in high school.
Wow.
But I had just come from a modeling shoot, and I had like the haku headband of flowers on, and full, pancake makeup and a bikini. So it's kind of like, on My Cousin Vinny. Oh yeah, you blend. Like wandering around the grocery store. So pays to advertise your assets.
Did you? That you were in a senior in high school?
Yeah, I was a senior in high school.
That must have been just. How did that feel?
It was crazy because I'd never acted. My younger sister, always said, "I want to be an actress." I'm like, "What a stupid job." I want to sing. I want to, because I love to sing. I always sang since I was like 11 years old and entered talent contests and performed. So that, I was used to being in front of people, thank goodness. But yeah, the acting thing was something that I never watched any classic movies. I never did any theater, never, knew the classic plays. So it's kind of funny that I just fell into it like this. But
Were you nervous?
I caught up. I wasn't smart enough to be nervous. I guess you're young. You're like, so I just went in and they said, "You're a shy local Hawaiian girl that falls in love with a Caucasian Casanova." And I'm like, okay, I can make pretend.
Yeah.
So just make pretend. And,
Wow.
And then when did you come to LA?
right after that. So in October of '84, the Olympics were on TV. I remember. Yep.
And
In '84. So
that's right.
That
LA
was
Olympics,
really
yeah.
early. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, there was nobody on TV that looked like me. I think there was one character, like, spear carrier number 3. I mean, great actress,
Love that role.
but like she never had any lines, or maybe she had a line here every 5th episode. So, there was nobody that was leading a show. Certainly
Right.
no meaningful guest stars. If they had one, "Here's your tea, sir," in the episode, that would be it.
Oh
So,
my God.
yeah, I came here and I had short hair from modeling, and an agent said, "You should get a long hair wig."
Let me see.
Oh yeah, my hair was short like that.
Wow.
Oh my.
Gorgeous.
Ganda. Babae. Yeah, it's that's me. Ripe for the picking.
Well, now when you came here, you got an agent right away?
Well, because I had the female lead in a movie.
Wow.
So sent headshots and resumes, and I'm the female lead in this movie, this upcoming movie. So they're like, "Oh, well, we better jump on that train. She's going places already."
Yeah.
We didn't even have to get her her SAG card. I got my SAG
Wow.
card. The casting director is a woman that did what's that?
Karate?
Yes.
Karate Kid. That is your
We
karate
should do
impersonation.
really-
Celebrity Pictionary. I can see it now. Or
that was karate. for
Charade.
sure.
Charade.
That was Karate Kid.
That was Karate Kid.
Karate
yeah.
Kid.
Yeah, she did Karate Kid.
I did that. Was that the crane? What was
Crane
the
Kid.
crane?
Yeah, the crane. Yeah. What a great movie. When I was a
Yeah.
kid, I saw that movie. It was inspiring. And also, like, Pat Morita was like somebody
yeah.
that... Did you know him?
No, I never got to meet him. But
either.
It was just beyond my grasp. It's one of those people that I should have worked with Pat Morita. I should have worked with, Magnum, the original Magnum. But
Yeah.
just came up a little too late.
I know. But he was like somebody I wish I just met one time.
Yeah.
I met George
Yeah.
Takei.
I love him.
I love
did
him.
Celebrity Apprentice with him.
How did you do?
How'd you do?
I made it halfway, and then I threw myself on my sword because I could not deal. Like, they were so mean to, Cheryl Ladd. No, what's Volt. I can't even remember the first one that came off. I think she was a model, and then George, and I just was like, I got to go home.
Is that
I
with
can't
Trump?
deal with this? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But I mean, we didn't have much of an interaction anyway. So,
But was he nice?
But George was awesome. Yeah, he was nice enough. He didn't seem like the insane, nutcase that's like inciting riots on the Capitol that he currently is.
Different
yeah,
times.
yeah.
He
Different
wasn't
times.
a terrorist against American democracy like he currently is.
God, I love
But
it
really,
already.
how do I feel about it?
I love it already. I love it.
Yeah.
So, when you when
That's it. I've lost all my Republican followers.
it's all right. No, I feel the same way. When did Wayne's World happen?
So let's see. I moved here in '84, and I guess Wayne's World was like '90. Was it something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Did you think it was going to be a big thing?
I didn't know, I had never seen the skit on SNL, and actually nobody knew what it was. So I had Baywatch that wanted me to be a marine biologist girlfriend to Hasselhoff.
What?
And I read Wayne's World. It was like 18 to 23 Asian, rocks like I don't know, or Pat Benatar, whatever. I forget what the breakdown was. I'm
Wait,
like,
they had Asian in the breakdown.
yeah.
Oh,
That's the
that's
thing.
cool.
Like, thank God, because otherwise, Cameron Diaz would have been in the part of Cassandra.
yeah.
Or somebody, at
Yeah.
the time. So thank goodness, I don't know if it was Mike Myers or he and Bonnie and Terry Turner that came up with this character, but protected that space and said she has to be like this ass-kicking martial arts, has an accent but gets on stage and just rocks like,
Yeah.
some big rock star.
See, here's what I want to tell people is if you just write the parts, we need people. I think it's so much better. I mean, like we're both, I'm like we're working and stuff like that, and it's great. But it's like you just got to get people, and that's why when you see kids now, that are like Alan and all these Sonny, and all these guys that are like making decisions, and they're
Who's that?
Well, Sonny.
Can I have their number?
Yeah. Well, Sonny Lee has that new beef show.
Oh,
with
right, Beef.
The A24 show with Stephen Yeun and Ali Wong.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And David Cho and Andrew Santino's in it. And then Alan Yang is like a huge producer now.
course.
Right,
Yeah, Alan. And then even my friend Gene, my best friend Gene Hong is now the executive producer of Magnum PI.
Yeah.
But if back in the 80s and 90s,
There was nobody.
there was nobody
Yeah.
making those decisions. Now we have these kids, and they're all young.
Yeah.
They're all kids themselves. You know what I mean? It's fucking amazing. But it's like, they wrote that part.
Yep.
And they have to specifically say it's for an Asian lady, and it benefited you, and you deserve that part. Are you somebody that when they say do a thicker Asian accent, do you feel uncomfortable about that?
I try to do Russian and English, Eastern European, but they never buy me for that. So,
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm like the guy in the back of the the alleyway going with a open my trench coat. Hey, you want a corkscrew? No, you want here? What about a flashlight? Here, you need a pack of matches.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
cigarette- I'm just selling whatever they want to buy, and it's making pretend and it's playing. And
Yeah.
I know some people are offended by utilizing a stronger accent, but I mean, we see Anthony Carrigan who plays like a Eastern European, guy on Barry Body, and he certainly doesn't speak like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me to do like the stronger, wow on AJ and the Queen, I thought she was a really powerful character, strong, smart, sexy, lords over her little protege. So it depends on how you. It's all in good fun. It's not making fun of.
I think it's
guess.
kind of circling back now because we talked about this when John Cho was on the show. It's like, I think you're right. Like, it depends who the character is. If it's
Yeah.
an empty character with nothing but an accent and the accent is
Yeah.
in the forefront of who they are, then obviously that's a problem. But if the character is a whole person and well thought of,
I should have done that Jamie Foxx movie.
No, they only wanted
one?
you for the accent.
They said accent only, please.
No, I should have done it.
No, because
It's out. It's coming out now, and I should have done it.
Oh, is it the vampire?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
It looks good, right? I should have fucking done it.
wait,
Anyway.
tell us
You're
the
offended because
backstory.
they wanted you to do an accent.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to the director, and I just basically because I don't know if this guy needs to have an accent. He's in America. I just feel like he does, and that was just where the impasse was, and I was just like, then I'll pass. You know what I mean? And it's like in looking back, I could have made that part fun. I could have made that part, and I'm a
Because
huge,
there are people in America that have
Accent.
Filipino accents,
Yeah.
Chinese
Right.
accents, Korean accents.
so I fucked up. I should have been Easter Sunday.
Go through your career. Go through your career.
Bobby Lee when he's down.
Yeah, and I should have fucking done that. You know what I mean? Vampire movie.
We all do the best we can.
We can, yeah. But at the time,
There's a reason why you said that. You were standing up for something. and-
Yeah.
Do you have any of those like super big regrets where you're like, shit, I should have done that one?
I should have held on to that piece of property in West Hollywood. Yeah, that kind of regret. Because now it's like 10 times the value.
Oh, so you
But,
bought property and then you sold it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Never sell, whatever. So those are the kinds of business decisions that I wish shoulda, woulda, coulda. But in a career, it's for me. I never anticipated the heights to which I would reach. I've been so fortunate, and it's been fun all along the way. So I just think of it as like one one experience leads to the next, and maybe it bobs and weaves, and maybe you went a little further left and zigged a little further than you wanted to, but whatever, there's always going to be another job. You can approach that differently, and we learn from each experience.
Oh God, I wish I knew you. I was talking to you 2 years ago, a year ago. Oh fuck, you're right.
See,
No, but
zig and
there's
zag.
What?
You're supposed to zig and zag.
Yeah, but I'm zagging in one way.
Too
But it's
far.
fine. It's
Too
fine.
far. I gotta zig the other way, man.
You've
You've never had low.
self be true. It's whatever felt right for you. If you had walked into a job where you didn't feel right about it, where it's stuck in your gut, you wouldn't have done a good job. You would have made yourself look bad.
That's
because
true.
it wasn't you.
Okay.
Self-acceptance.
Self-acceptance. You're right. Self-acceptance. Now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. You guys, during the pandemic, I discovered BetterHelp, and it really saved my life. In fact, I got a really interesting message the other day on Instagram from a girl thanking me that she's a DJ, and she thanked me about us doing the BetterHelp ads, and she's like, it saved her life as well. And I'm telling you guys, how well would you take care of your car if you had to keep the same one your entire life?
My whole life.
You. I'm talking to you. What's your name again? Gilbert.
Albert.
Albert. That's how our brain works, Albert. That's why we don't treat them that way.
Oh.
How we care for our minds affects how we experience life. So it's important to invest time and care into keeping them healthy. There are plenty of ways to support a healthy brain, like learning a new language or taking power naps. There's also BetterHelp online therapy. You guys, it's online therapy. It's the best that they have to offer in the world, right? They offer video, phone, even live chat only therapy sessions. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. I'm telling you guys, this is the best deal in the game. And I just love it.
Guys, try BetterHelp out like Bobby and Khalyla. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/belly. That's betterhelp.com/belly.
But you haven't had lows in this business?
Tia Carrere, life coach to Bobby Lee. That's going to be my next job.
You haven't had any lows?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I spent 30 years in therapy. I'm a huge proponent for analysis, for figuring out why you are the way you are. I don't think normal people get into show business, first of all.
Wow.
We are definitely damaged people. There is something missing in our childhood that makes us go, hey, judge me on a daily basis. Hey, I'll be the product so you can punch holes through me and watch me bleed and enjoy the carnage, because it is build up our icons and our heroes and tear them down and enjoy every step along the way. Like that Don Henley song, Dirty Laundry.
Yeah.
They enjoy building up heroes and saying, oh, well, you know what? I know they're rich and famous and whatever, but at least we are happy in our lives and they're a train wreck.
Right.
Maybe I don't know. It's blood sport. It's not.
It is blood sport.
It is blood sport.
But I don't know. Why do we get into the business? Why? There's a reason why we're lacking something in our childhood.
Yeah, last night I was in the main room at the Comedy Store. It was packed, and I was doing good. And I was just, there was an older guy in the audience, and I kind of took my hand. And I was feeling his face.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And I was
very intimate.
Yeah, you're very handsome. You know what I mean? And people were laughing, this and that. And I had a brief moment of, what are you doing? What? I mean, not just at that moment, in general.
Your life.
Yeah, what are you doing in general?
In your life.
Yeah, and with my life. Why do I
Existential
need
crisis.
to do this? You know what I mean? I've been doing this for years. Why? What is, you know what I mean?
You thought about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about that moment of caressing someone's face made you think?
Because he looked very uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah, he was just like, don't touch me, right? And and I kept going back to him and doing that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing in your life? Why would I need this? You know what I mean? I'm going up tonight at the Improv. You know what I mean? I just need to do it. But it's like, there's just something, I don't know. You're right.
Wrong with you on
There's
a
something
deep
wrong
core
with
level.
yeah. There's something missing.
You're missing that intimate connection with someone. To make someone laugh, to touch them, it's very intimate. And if you
Yeah.
can't actually touch someone intimately in real life, you get it out on stage because it's a safe forum, because you control that touch, that intimate moment, and then it's done, and then people can laugh, and it's behind you. But he's never really touched you. She's never really touched you.
What the fuck is going
You're
on?
going
here?
real. You're
what's-
going real
you're going
right now.
really-
Yeah, we're on the
Fuck
it's
it.
basically
What the
this.
fuck is going on around this town, man?
We're
You're
now
right,
on
but
the
wrong.
Jay Shetty podcast.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You basically summarized a breakup, a reason for a breakup.
Because we were together for 10 years.
Yeah,
And
but
you're still here.
I think you nailed it. Yes, I do love him a lot, but the intimacy, he's very. It's like he's like a cat. He wants to be the one to control the touching. But if you come to him with any type of like warmth or searching for connection, he runs away. So it's like he has to be in control of touching that man's face. If that man were to touch him back, he would have that moment
Okay,
would
it's
have
done.
ended
The
quickly.
gag's over.
Yeah, game's over.
You're right. There's something about that. I can't receive it. I don't like it.
Well, you were beat relentlessly as a child, so physical touch is also not
Hey, Dad.
how he was shown love as a child.
Have you had a conversation with him about that?
He died. But I'm in
sorry.
trauma
So you never
therapy.
got to.
Well, I do trauma therapy every week.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
good.
since he died, every week I've been going to therapy. But
So maybe you need to go through this, and then nothing is forever. Life just continues. You never know.
I like it. I like who I am. I like who
familiar.
I am and where I am. I like it.
I know.
Yeah, I like the control.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the part of my life that I like. And you know what? It's okay. I'll die alone. I'll be alone. It's okay. I think it's okay. I don't need it.
It's okay until it's not.
What? Right here. I don't like massages.
He does not.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. I don't. You know what I mean?
And when he's when he's ill, let's say when he got COVID, he doesn't like to
Be
receive
babied.
care or be
Yeah.
babied. He's like, shut me in this room. Turn
Yeah,
off the
I like to
lights,
be
leave."
left alone too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right? Are you married right now?
No, but I was with Simon. We were married for like 8 years, and
Yeah.
then broke up for like 3 years, and then got back together again. So we've been, together basically for 21 years.
But you're together with him now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
Oh wow, what was those 3 years like when you guys broke up?
Madness. No, I was kidding. No,
Oh, somebody.
Oh.
Congresswoman.
oh, Congress. No, I mean, I think that's why I say nothing is written in stone. Nothing is forever. Because if somebody does work on themselves and those issues that you're talking about, and obviously he is, it always could come back together again. It could, if both parties are in the same place 3 years from now.
Right.
Did you see anybody else in those 3 years?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
How dare you ask that?
So you did.
You're turning red.
I know.
You're red like you should. You embarrassed?
Was it fun?
How dare you ask me a question?
Those 3. I know those 3 years fun.
I have fun no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a fun-loving person.
Yeah. Wow.
Next
It
question.
was a. So I don't know. Are you Filipino?
Yeah. Filipino, Spanish, Chinese, born and raised in Hawaii.
Wow. Wait, is your mom Filipino? Who's
My dad's from Philippines, my mom's from Hawaii, but they're both Filipino, Spanish, and on my dad's side got some Chinese.
So your dad did live in the Philippines, grew up
Yeah,
in the
he
Philippines.
moved to Hawaii when he was like 18, I think. 17, 18.
Yeah. What island was he from?
From Occidental Mindoro. That's what
Oh wow. Okay.
What is that? That sounds like a fucking medication.
Visayas.
Babe, I'm Visayan. I'm from Cebu.
Oh, Cebuano.
Yeah,
Cebuano, yeah.
He's been there.
I love it.
I want to go to Cebu. I've always wanted to go there.
We're going back in September.
Well,
You are, and
Well-
you're broken up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, but here's the deal. It's like
It's business.
we have a yeah. Fuck you. Go fuck you, Tia Carrere. Go fuck
you.
yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
I'll
you.
take a fucking and I'll raise you to the 10th degree. That's an exponential
You know what?
fucking
You're
right there.
sassy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have
40 years in this business, bitch. 40 years in this business.
Yeah.
I'll learn you a few things.
I know you do. Well, sorry. I get nervous. So I don't know what the fuck to say. I go,
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, madam. But no, we're
Bow down.
we're shooting a show in the Philippines. We have a project that we're going to do a
It's
pilot.
business.
Like you
yeah.
said, it's business.
It's business, and but if we ever get this picked up,
Yeah.
right, she'd be a great judge.
I think she
She'd
would.
be for our
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. She's great.
Ooh. I'm very judgmental that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How did you get with the Easter Sunday? Did you? You probably didn't have to audition, right? Or
I
something?
auditioned for the mom role. I wanted to play the mom, but because she's Lydia's petite, he wanted her to be a tiny tyrant. I mean, it says that in the the breakdown. So physically, I'm not it, and I did play his mom and his aunt in the animated show that we did. Unfortunately, didn't get picked up, but so he knew I could do the voice, but physically, I'm the wrong type that he was looking for. So I did audition for that, and then they said, "Oh, well, there's another part of the aunt," and I said, "Oh, great, yeah, that'd be fun." So I got offered that one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Was it fun working on that thing?
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, we couldn't post any of our videos and things that we were doing, but some people were still, Joe, was still putting them out there.
Yeah.
And so you had a snippet of like us dancing around and singing with our stupid plastic face masks on.
Oh, because that was deep in the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
my first time out of the house in a year and a half, and I was terrified, but I had just gotten my booster shot, and then I got on the plane.
Yeah.
And then we were in strict lockdown for 2 weeks, could not step over the threshold of the door. The food would be delivered, let them walk away, open the door and bring it in like a little,
Yeah, because when you did that, I was in Budapest doing a movie because that's the reason why I couldn't do that one. And
What's the name of that movie?
it's called Borderlands. It's not out yet.
Borderline.
Yeah, Borderlands.
Borderland.
It's based on a video game.
It's big, yeah. But it was
cool.
Kate Blanchett's, and that's why.
Oh my God.
a bunch of,
Kate Blanchett. Okay,
yeah,
you
yeah.
win.
But it's not about winning. It's not about winning. It's just
Okay,
like
you win. It's always about winning. You just won.
Yeah. Well, it was like a hard decision because it was like because Joe, I knew him when he was a kid. Like I knew him. We were both open micers together in
And
the
he
90s.
had his hair.
He had hair.
I met him when he was working behind the front desk of a motel in Vegas.
That's when I knew him too.
And he had his glasses and his hair.
Yeah.
And he said, I said, oh, checking in late. Tia Carrere, and me and my mom were checking in at this Alexia place. He reminded me of the name. And he said, oh, you're Tia Carrere. I know you. You're a Filipina actress. I want to be a comic, but my mom wants me to be a nurse.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah,
it's true. All the stories.
You remember that?
I did not. And then then he reminded me because he was opening for Lovitz at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, you're hilarious, because he came off of, you're Filipino, you're so good. And he goes, we met before. And I said, wait. And he said, the motel. And I was, oh my God. All of a sudden, I just remembered clearly. But he just had to say that, behind the front desk of the motel. I was like, I remember clearly. I spent, 20 minutes at the front desk saying, hey, you got to do it. If you love it and you can't imagine your life without trying this thing, you're going to regret it the rest of your life, blah, blah, blah. So kind of funny, huh?
Yeah, even back then, though, you could see something like he so dynamic on stage. Great impression, like it does impressions, great singing, and like an entertainer, even as an open micer.
Wow.
Right? Like it wasn't like nothing was there, like in terms of like joke structure or a set, right? But he would just bust into Michael Jackson or do whatever, and you could just kind of go, "Oh, this guy is so confident," and it's also like we're both Asian kids in the '90s when no one else was around, and it was just an odd. Not odd, but it was like, I honestly think that I kind of believe in God, but I believe that destiny kind of made us meet, in La Jolla that one night where we could become friends, because without him doing it, I don't know what my motivation, because it was such a white and black dominated thing.
It's like it confirmed what you felt in yourself, that you could do it, and here's somebody else doing it. So let's be brothers in arms.
It was really kind of, and thank God for the Mexicans too, because back then,
Yeah.
well, the Mexicans too. I mean,
They really rallied behind
And
you.
both.
yeah, the Mexicans rallied behind me. You know what I mean? But without the Mexicans and guys like Joe Coy, I don't know if I'd still be here, doing it. You know what I mean? Because it was just like I needed a clan. You need a tribe, right? Who were you hanging out with back in the 80s?
I have sisters. My family's always been very important.
Yeah.
And they're, the grounding factor in my life because I feel like I'm part of the circus troupe that you're part of a show and you become this intimate, dysfunctional family and then it ends and then you move on to the next troupe of people and you become, tight as thieves and then that constantly messes with your head because you're embedding with different troops all along the way and then you're like, I got PTSD. I don't even know which way is up. I don't know who my real friends are.
Don't
I have my
you hate
family.
that?
It's like summer camp, right?
Yeah, like I remember.
It's sad.
Yeah,
It's
I was on a show
sad.
called Animal Practice. You know what I mean? And me and Justin Kirk, this lead, were hanging out all the time, and we would smoke cigarettes, and
It's like your brothers.
It looked like we were going to be friends for life. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen him since.
So what is
Yeah.
it about the human condition though, where you can be so close in that setting and then kind of just walk away from each other and then without contact anymore? Like, what does that say about like us?
Well, that's the flawed upbringing part,
You think so?
It's satisfying for a period of time,
Yeah.
and then you can walk away from it. So you're in control of it. It's finite. You never get to that next deeper level where people can call you out on your shit. You're still being polite. You're still like, oh, hi. and all the good stuff without the heavy, deep, dark uglies, right?
Wow,
So you can be something for that period of time.
Yeah, because the people that were on when I was on Mad TV, right? Because I was on that show for so long with so many people, obviously you get to know people and you see those ugly parts. You become more enmeshed and more emotionally. Like, tomorrow we're going to go to, Jordan invited us to the Nope premiere. You know what I mean? Because I was on Mad TV with Jordan and we were on it for so long together that there is a brotherly thing there. But Animal Practice only lasted 13 episodes.
Yeah.
And you're there and you just never get to that point of that connection. I think you're right about that. That's very interesting. I want to ponder about that.
But
Bring
I,
that to your trauma therapy.
like when I do hear his stories about projects he's done, it's like anything that he was a part of for 3-4 months is like remains a fantasy bubble. Like everything was perfect, the people were great because
We
it
had the
never
best
really
time.
Yeah. And then when you explain Mad TV because you were on it for so freaking
8
long,
years.
you only tell me
Wow.
horror stories.
Horror stories, dude.
Horror stories. Horror. Yeah, it was terrible. Like my worst experiences in life is in that time period, but I would never change it for the world because it was fucking great. I was young and I didn't know the rules. That's why I farted on people and no, I got in trouble. I was fired.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I farted in Crystal Flanagan's mouth, and she cried.
my
And it was her first day of work, and she was a regular, and she wanted to quit the show because I farted in her mouth. And
And then wait, while she was eating yogurt.
while she was eating yogurt, and then another actor attacked me, and I went home. I was like, "What was so bad about that?" You know what I mean? But
It's supposed to be funny, and that was funny, right?
It's like, do you ever wonder why then they kept Koreans out of showbiz for so long?
It was you. You were the catalyst.
You were the precedence. Like
You
you,
think-
set a precedence. You're like,
You think so?
Yeah, you fucked it up for a lot of people, Bobby.
yeah,
Oh my God.
but because I feel like the rules changed a little bit.
You don't think Dick Blasucci was like, hey, we cannot have Koreans in any other projects? This
Yeah,
one?
because I pooed in the executive producer's office.
Yeah.
You what?
Keep in mind, he was on drugs as well.
I was on drugs too.
Okay, well,
but
there's-
I took a poo. I took a poo in the middle of his office. But my point
You
is,
and Amber Heard.
Brother in arms.
yeah, but I would behave in that way, and in retrospect, I go, "What the fuck was I doing?" But at the time, I was young, and I was wild.
But imagine like just Dick Blasucci, right? Thinking like we gave this Asian boy a chance. And look
And
what
he
he
shit
did.
all over it.
Shit all over my office.
Not all over. It was like 3 pellets.
Concentrated.
It was a concentrated poo, and it was funny at the time because there was other actors.
Did he
that were-
laugh?
No, he goes cleaning that up right now. Yeah, but I apologize because later he became my showrunner. I had a pilot for Comedy Central, and he became my showrunner.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's not. It wasn't
cool.
a dead. It wasn't. I didn't destroy it.
So you healed.
I
It
healed
was
it. Yeah,
healing.
but it's really interesting. So how do you think Easter Sunday's gonna do?
I hope it's huger than a big fat Greek wedding.
It's gonna
I
be.
keep saying big fat Greek wedding for Filipino people.
I think it's gonna be. I mean, like how long?
God's ears. I mean, we never know. You never know. Nobody knew what Wayne's World was when it came out.
I know. I know how Easter Sun's gonna do.
I already know too.
I did too.
It's like you have 150 million Filipino people worldwide who
Please,
just
God,
have never
please.
seen anything.
That's why I went to church and did a novena today. I lit a candle.
Yeah, I
$1 a candle now. You know?
I think it's gonna do great because when we watched Black Phone and we saw at the Universal City Walk, there was posters of.
I saw. I
Yeah.
saw. I think you sent a picture of.
I told
Oh,
you
you
on the
told
phone.
me.
I called you
told
on
me
the phone
text.
on
Yeah,
that
yeah,
text.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
I've been getting pictures of posters all over billboards.
Oh my God, yeah, it's amazing. There is a part of me that kind of, at first when I see it,
recoiled.
I recoil a little bit.
You clench.
I clench a little bit. I go, oh, he's killing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do you get jealous?
No, I get mad at myself. Like, why didn't I do better to get that or whatever? But I'm not really jealous. Like, I could have come up with a different spin on it or whatever.
Yeah, but it's out of your control, no?
No Hollywood rivals? Through the ranks?
It's, gosh, I mean, I don't, I always see the same people in the auditions or, whatever. And it's like they get one, I'll get one, everybody gets a job. And I'm going to continue to work till I'm, 100 years old. So there's going to be more jobs in my future. I'm going to be like Betty White, except I'll be Betty Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? I should be more like you.
Yeah, you should.
No, come on.
I
I aspire to do this. Of course, I go like, oh man, why'd they get that job? I wish I could have gone to do that. But, I did this. Okay. So just it's supposed to just a litany of woes. I would be like, do the count your blessings list also at the same time.
God damn it, man. I start wars with people.
I know. Attitude of gratitude, Bobby. Come on.
Yeah, I have
switch
so
it
many
up.
people that hate me because I start wars and, you know what I mean?
He does.
Yeah, I have so many enemies and it's like,
What do you mean? You're so adorable and
thank
fun.
you. I
Well,
feel
He
great.
doesn't have real life enemies. He just has enemies in his mind. He thinks that.
But they outwardly come out and then it becomes a thing.
Not really. I wouldn't say. But you're beloved.
That guy
Bobby.
blocked me from fucking Instagram.
Not Ken. Not Ken.
Not Ken.
Kevin Shea did.
I mean, as he should, though. I mean, the amount of time
Blocked
we talked
you?
about it.
He blocked me on all social media.
God,
Why
we
would you
blame the
say?
man.
What did you say? No, you don't want to talk about it.
I do.
You're going
I
to
don't
cut
give
it
a
out
fuck.
anyway.
No, I won't.
Okay.
He pushed me. He pushed me at the improv.
He physically pushed
He physically
you?
pushed me at the improv.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Then
go on.
why did you forgive Ari Shafir for not just pushing you but beating your ass, but not Kevin Shea for pushing you?
Because Ari Shafir, to make it up to me, Ari Shafir beat me up 3 times.
Another comic.
Beat you up.
Oh yeah, he punched me and kicked me in the face like 30 times. I almost died.
He
That's the
didn't
first
almost
time.
die.
Yeah, but I had blood all over I was bruised
But
up.
why? What did you do? What did you say?
I didn't do anything. Let's just say that.
Oh,
Number
didn't
one.
anything.
Okay.
Let's just say this.
If we're not
I-
going to be real.
I am being real. I didn't do. He thought I did something that I didn't fucking do. Right, and he admits it.
Oh.
Yeah.
He admits it. My point is
So you didn't screw his girlfriend?
no.
Okay.
No.
Adjacent though,
Adjacent though,
where his girlfriend got screwed, but with the
by a friend of mine.
Yeah.
But he thought that I had set them up.
You were complicit. Oh, I see.
But I didn't do it. All right, Ari, I didn't do it. Right.
The heart wants what the heart wants, Ari. It's not my
So
fault.
I hated him for years. I didn't talk to him. We would avoid each other, whatever. And I thought I would die to the grave, right? But
He apologized.
no,
No.
he offered me a TV show.
Oh, so that's the way to your heart is offer you a TV show and then you're all good.
that's
I'll forgive you.
reconciliation. Yeah.
Okay.
He basically said,
Everybody's got their price,
I'm basically a whore in that way. So basically he said,
but you won't do an accent. You're a fucking You can beat the shit out of me, almost kill me. Give me a TV show, we're all good.
Yeah,
but
no,
I
but-
won't do that fucking accent.
fuck you, Tia Carrere.
Again, that's my second fuck you.
yeah.
I'm gonna set a new record here.
Yeah. Well,
Pushing buttons all day long.
the reason why it made sense because the TV show was for Comedy Central and it was it's a storytelling TV show where you tell a story. So he goes, let's
Drunk
tell this
history? No.
No, let's tell the story about what happened.
Oh.
So that girl that was involved did it with us.
Oh.
Yeah, so we told the story on stage, on television. Well, I think at that time it was
yeah.
online and then it turned into a TV show. But I thought I think this is the best way because it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
So we could, if it was like do 3 lines in a movie, I don't think that would have been it. But it's like he's like, I'm sorry.
You might as well heal and make money.
He did apologize because I'm sorry. Let's do this as an opportunity to heal. And I thought, you know what, this is the best way to do it.
What a trippy idea! Cool idea.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool idea. Yeah. So so if Kevin Shea, you know what I mean, could do something in that way, you know what I mean. He hasn't apologized. I think that's my thing. You know what I mean?
I'd argue and say that Ari hasn't necessarily either, but the TV show is the olive branch, I suppose.
Yeah, but you know what?
I think we should have Kevin Shea on.
I think we should too.
I think we should have them both on the couch next to me, and then I can head shrink them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Armchair
Moderate.
analysis.
Yes, I'd love to hear that moderation.
Yeah. Do you have kids?
I have one. She's going to be 17.
Wow. High school?
Yep.
Wow. She lives in LA?
Yep.
Yeah.
So she has 2 more years, junior and senior, and then
Is she a good kid?
yeah, she's good. She's really smart and really communicates very well. It's like, oh boy, okay, you just spoke the truth on me. I was like, all right, I'll be fine.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a good
And does she want to be in showbiz?
No.
Thank God, huh?
Yeah, no, I made sure that I made it look as unappealing as possible. I mean, it's not. I don't want my 8-year-old coming to me saying, "Does my butt look big in this outfit?" You know, it's like I didn't want to have that self-awareness. We were up in Topanga. She was like barely bathed, ran around barefoot, naked, just like just had a
She
real
could just be a
free
kid.
childhood. Yeah, I didn't want to have that.
Oh, I love that.
That sort of self-aware kind of Hollywood
Right.
precociousness.
What does she want to do?
She's interested in psychiatry and psychology. And we have these deep conversations, like watching Hannibal. We're breaking down like the psychology of the 2 characters. It's hilarious. She's like, wait a minute. You see what's going to happen here? He's going to try and do this because blah, 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 blah. And it's based on the fact that I'm like, okay, look,
That
this
would
is
make
great.
a cute podcast, mom and daughter.
Mom and daughter head shrinking.
Yeah, but just analyzing like
A scene
criminals
on TV.
on TV.
Oh, yeah. We love watching those crime things.
That is something that I just today realized about you is that you have. I never thought that you. I mean, you seem like very healthy to me.
Because I do a lot of work and I'm not, I feel like I'm still carrying a lot of stuff within me. So it's constant work. You're never a fait accompli. You're never perfect.
So you had a chaotic upbringing as a kid, then.
You
don't have to talk about it if it's uncomfortable. But
No. It's just my family moved away when I was like 14. They moved to another country. And so I lived with my grandmother. So I had
Where
a
did
lot
they
of
move
time
to?
by myself. They moved to Samoa.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, where my father had a job. And then they're like, oh, we're going to come. I said, no, don't go. It's a bad idea. I know this is a bad thing. But they're like, oh, we're going to come back in 2 years. And then my dad never did come back. So my mother and my sisters came back. So it was kind of like, for this bill of goods. And I learned to be very solitary and very,
so the abandonment.
depressed.
There's some abandonment there.
Yeah, neglect, and it broke that family. I think with family, you learn how to communicate with each other. You learn how to work things through. You learn how to be open and be sad and have somebody else hold it for you, with the exception of trauma or, stuff like that. But so I didn't learn how to communicate like this until I went to therapy.
Yeah.
So that's why I really am a big proponent for it if you don't know how to communicate. Because my life is so much happier now that I can be real and not, just go, oh yeah, wow, this is really nice. I love your outfit. You look so great.
Right.
Oh, the weather, boy, it's so hot today, huh? And just talk about nonsense, which
I
is
struggle with
Hollywood.
that. I struggle with just like the pleasantries or like small talk.
Superficialities, and it's not fulfilling.
Yeah. When you moved to LA and did your father sort of figure out that, holy shit, like my daughter's on the big screen, and did he ever come back around? And was there any acknowledgement of the fact that like, hey, like I never came back for you?
Yeah, it's a dance that we've danced, for our whole lives. So it's definitely going to be something that he regrets, the effect that his leaving has had on all of us, So he's sackcloth and ashes and, self-flagellation for his whole life, I'm sure. But
Is he still alive?
yeah,
Oh,
he lives
cool.
in he's still with his secretary that he left my mom for. So
Oh, wow.
Okay.
yeah, they're still married. So there was something real there. I
Yeah.
can't deny. He was with her for 40 years, and he was with my mom for maybe 17 years. So
And he's
was real.
in Samoa still?
they moved to Guam. So so it's further and further away,
I've been to Guam.
further and further away, so that you can't get them to pay child support. Ba-dum-bum.
Terrible food.
Where?
Guam.
Really?
Yeah.
But you only stayed in a hotel for 2 nights. You
that's right.
cannot judge.
Oh, were you doing
Entire-
comedy there?
Yeah.
In Guam?
Yeah.
Wow.
The best shows I've done.
Lots of Filipinos down there too.
Yeah, it was like the best shows I've ever done. They just were.
Ready. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were just ready. And it's also astounding that it's like America. It's America. They speak English and
A lot of military down there too.
a lot of military. Is Samoa like that? I don't know. Is that a
Yeah.
U.S.
American Samoa is a territory of the U.S. A lot of military people in American Samoa. I spent my time in Western Samoa, which is a sovereign nation. It's like Hawaii 50 years ago, I like to say.
No.
It's really untouched and it's so beautiful. My half sister's there right now.
We got to go there.
Yeah, Western Samoa is beautiful. It's where Robert Louis Stevenson, who wrote Treasure Island, all that stuff, he chose Samoa as his final resting place up in Vailima. It's just a gorgeous place. It's like huge overgrowth of jungle, like you expect, this dinosaur come walking out. It's so deep with jungle. It's beautiful.
That's Godzilla.
New York.
Well, whatever.
All right. You call yourself an Asian? Yeah.
No.
That's a fucking Godzilla.
I have Jurassic on the brain. Ambulance releasing our movie after all.
Oh, that's right.
that's right.
Yeah, Amblin is.
So I claim this as a Tyrannosaurus.
Did Spielberg ever? He probably never stopped by, did he?
No. Well, we were up there locked down. Our families couldn't come up and visit us.
Yeah.
That's why I think we were really so connected, because we were the first hug for each other on Easter Sunday after 2 years of being locked up, with our little pods at home. These were the first people that we were hanging out with, without our masks, and we were our own little bubble. So it was very, very special.
Crazy what we went through.
Yeah, nobody could go over the border. Yeah.
Now that we're all back, I feel like it's back. Generally, no.
Yeah, I feel like it's been back.
Yeah, it's back. But
Yeah.
I just forget that 2 years. That was
Gone.
Gone.
2 years of our lives. are gone.
Crazy.
I know. I was like, how long ago was that I saw you? Like 2 years ago? No, it was like 5 years ago. What? Oh, yeah.
I
The
for
lost
sure-
years of
It
COVID.
does feel like that. My sense of time has really been warped, where it does not. Yeah, I don't remember. I only remember bits and pieces of it, mostly in this room recording.
No, that's long COVID. That you
That's
talk-
long.
I'm losing time also.
We just got COVID. What was it?
Yeah.
We were like the last
4
people
months ago.
standing.
Did you get it?
I got it in May, finally. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
glad to get it out of the way.
Yeah. Did you get sick?
Okay, so within, like, I felt it in the morning. I was like, got tested. I did the test at home. It said negative. I'm like, no, So I went to urgent care and they said, yeah, you're positive. And, we all got tested. Yes, positive. And by that night I was feeling, your chest is heavy, that feeling of Godzilla on your chest. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get that Paxlovid, because they had just come out with it like a month and a half before. I'm like, I'm not going to play. They say, it gives you a stomach ache. It makes your mouth taste like metal.
Metallic,
Like, I don't care. I will take this stuff.
What is
because
it?
this does not feel right. It's an antiviral.
What did we take?
You got the infusion. You got the antibodies, but the antibodies don't really work well against the new variants.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, if you ever got it again, I would do Paxlovid. This stuff was from 4 p.m. one day, feeling like Godzilla's on my chest, till like 8 o'clock the next morning, and I was like up cleaning my house. I felt that much better. So I don't care, metallic taste, stomach ache, whatever. Take death off the table, and I'm fine to take your Paxlovid.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard it's going to get bad in fall and winter.
Yeah, well, you've already committed to living, which I think you have, and whether it gets bad or good, I don't think you're gonna go back to the way it was.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, especially you.
Why?
You are really just raring these days. You're really going for it and kissing people in the mouth.
Massaging men's faces.
and massaging men's faces.
That's true.
So you're definitely going to get it again in the fall.
yeah.
So Paxlovid, my gift
Paxlovid.
to you. Paxlovid.
Yeah.
Paxlovid.
Yeah, it is interesting. I kind of forgot that we're in a pandemic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've just been, just doing crazy things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe I should change. Because, I still
Don't put
live.
yourself in danger.
Put myself.
Don't put
Yeah,
yourself.
but you know what? I got it.
Comedy is danger.
Yeah.
That's true.
There we go.
Life is danger. I'll take you one further.
Try to beat that, Tia.
Yeah. Did you know John Lovitz not John Lovitz, Bob Saget or Louis Anderson?
No, not really. I mean, I'd met them in passing, but
Yeah.
not really. Worked with Chris Farley.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's
Back in the
right.
day, he was
yeah.
on Wayne's World. He was so sweet, but couldn't look me in the eye. He was just so shy.
Oh.
Yeah, sweetie.
I heard he was a super nice guy.
Yeah, very nice, very sweet, very shy.
What about Dana Carvey? Do you ever see him?
Love him. I went to see him and Dennis Miller perform at some casino somewhere. I'm like, hey, Dana. I've talked to him a few times on the phone. I went to go visit Mike in New York a few years ago now. But I mean, it's like life goes, you go in your separate ways. And,
Yeah.
He's got kids. I'm here. My daughter's in high school. It's everybody's got their own little, lives that go on. And you remember them fondly from that time, but it's never going to be that magic moment of 1990,
Yeah. But it's amazing. I mean, you get to live the rest of your life knowing that, because Wayne's World was an iconic movie.
Yeah.
It
But
was
of
a
all the-
phenomenon.
yeah.
It was a phenomenon.
But the character of Cassandra was just so big.
Big.
She was a gift. She was a gift to me. It was that, the ages, the stages in an actor's career or performer's career. Who's Bobby Lee? Get me Bobby Lee. Get me a younger Bobby Lee. Who's Bobby Lee?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
The stages of a performer's career.
Yeah.
So that was the who's Tia Carrere? Get me Tia Carrere moment. It was like, all right, this is the one that changes your life.
Yeah.
Who's Bobby Lee?
That's how it starts and that's how it ends.
That-
And you have to be okay with it. Because it ends.
It ends that way?
Who's
Yeah.
Bobby Lee? Yeah.
Yeah. Because there are going to be younger generations that don't know who we are.
Yeah. Do you feel that now?
Yeah. Especially for, the kids that are like younger than 30. They don't know Wayne's World, True Lies, Rising Sun. Lilo and Stitch. I could still get a rise out of people for being, in Lilo and Stitch, that
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like, I remember I was walking down the street with Pauly Shore. We were in front of the Comedy Store. And we did jury duty.
Yeah.
And we had this deep conversation, in sharp contrast to his public persona. He goes, this is so weird. We have to remember this. Imagine 10, 20, 30 years from now, we're walking down the street together and we still have the same faces. We still look the same, but we're not at the height of our career like we are right now. Like he was the Weasel and I was, Cassandra. I thought that was very prescient. I thought that was very deep thinking of him, that you have to be okay being a normal guy walking down the street, and not having people fall over themselves to give you free stuff or, taking pictures, or the sun doesn't shine on you anymore the way it did back then. And you have to be able to go into a regular normal life and do normal things and be okay.
Yeah. Wow. That's true.
But I feel like that in itself is a gift of being able to have lived this life fully exposed to the world. Everyone saying, Cassandra, you're Cassandra. To having the
Transcend
gift, of transcending and then living this other kind of life that's a little bit more quiet and grounded, and you get to watch your child grow up.
I think that's why I went to Topanga.
Yeah.
I just, because I was in West Hollywood for, 20 years. And was it 20 years? Yeah, 20 years. And then I just unplugged. I'm like, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to compare this to what it was then. And I want to have her protected on top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere, above the cloud line. It was really
Where's Topanga?
a conscious moment.
Malibu.
Oh, yeah, out there.
Yeah, so going towards Malibu on the PCH, and you go to Topanga Canyon, up and up and up and up.
So in the morning, it's above the cloud line because it's so you can walk amongst the clouds.
Yeah, it's beautiful up
Do you get
there.
internet out there?
I didn't initially.
That's not a dumb question.
I had to-
That's
I
not a
wanted-
fucking dumb question, dude.
He's
All right,
thinking
you
of
laughed
looking
at
the
me.
podcast there.
No, what I'm saying is when we were looking for houses even over there, Laurel Canyon area, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't get internet. That's why we couldn't buy some of them.
But you get the tower. You get the little repeater tower.
little extender
Yeah.
thing.
Is that what you have?
Yeah, I did up there because there was only one spot on a windowsill I could get any sort of service. So I'm like, there's got to be something else. So that Samsung had this $250 little thing you put on your desk, and it just shot out Wi-Fi through your house.
Wow. See, that's what I'm saying, dude. So you get really high-speed internet out there.
Up there, it was amazing. It was the best internet I had anywhere because Verizon was rolling out their fiber optic system there in Topanga, random. One place in Texas and Topanga, California. I don't know why, but I missed that internet up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't live there anymore.
No. I'm over in the Westlake Village area. Now more, suburban, closer to school. It was a hella far drive anywhere.
Wow.
And when you have a kid, you got to go to, athletics, you got to go to school, you got to after school and all these play dates and stuff. It's a lot of schlepping.
Maybe I should have become a father.
You could still.
You think so?
Of course.
I've
How old are
offered
you?
What?
I've offered you.
Yeah. Freeze your eggs. Freeze your eggs.
Yeah.
How old am I? I'm 50 now.
You're just 50.
How old are you?
55. And for men, it's different because you can have kids, until you're 70 because every, 30, 60, 90 days you have new stuff.
sperm.
Women are born with what we have, and that's
Yeah,
it.
we have our set of
Our
eggs
shelf
and
life.
our set of eggs.
Yeah, our shelf life is finite.
But this new generation of cum, they're weak.
New generation.
It's weak.
you started-
Yeah, it's weak.
You started dipping again.
Yeah. This new generation, I can see, I can feel it. It's little too. It's like, bloop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be like an army.
that's
They do cum-
not true. You
Yeah.
have like a constant resurgence every.
Okay, first of all, can I just say this? And I don't want Congresswoman. I don't want.
Congresswoman
I know.
did it.
We're
Yeah,
not
I feel
talking about
uncomfortable.
your jism.
I'm just saying my
Congress-
jism though. I analyze my jism. You know what I mean? Every other night, I look at it on the palm of my hand.
You do.
Yeah, and I look at it
Interesting.
and I go, it's not the same. It's not like the OG.
Maybe you're dehydrated.
I think so. He's never.
Yeah, that's it.
Drink more water.
Yeah.
Is that
Water.
it? That's it.
Drink more water. I drink
Really?
2 of these bottles a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, really. Drink more water.
Yeah.
And then you get jisms.
Yeah, because you've always been we've talked about this in extensively. You don't have propulsion. You don't have a lot of.
That's the thing. I'm not a shooter.
Jet fuel.
No, you're a dribbler.
I'm a dribbler.
Oh,
Yeah,
prostate. You're 50.
Yeah.
Did you get it checked out?
No, I should.
Of course.
Yeah, because I know guys like Kirk Fox and
That's an
older
issue.
guys my age.
Kirk, I know
You know Kirk,
Kirk.
right?
Yeah, I love him.
He shoots.
Oh God, you stood there and watched him.
No, but he's no. But he's told me, he goes, no, I get like 2 inch, 2 feet.
He can say
2 feet.
anything,
Yeah.
and you'd believe him.
I believe him, right? But I go, mine is just like, it's just like my penis is crying. You know what I mean?
Weeping.
That's sad.
Weeping.
Not a full cry.
And I always go, it's okay, little buddy. You know what I mean?
I'd go and get that checked out.
Go to doctor.
You think so?
Wait,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
guys work together on something?
Heartbreakers.
Yeah,
And
but
then what
he had
would-
his scene, and I had my scenes. We didn't work together, but I saw him
We did see each other on set or
yeah,
something.
on set.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
set. You
yeah,
were like
yeah.
in your negligee, getting ready to do your seduction scene.
Yeah, at a seduction.
He was
scene.
wearing a kimono and a G-string or something.
Yeah, the kind of shit.
But
that
you
I
won't
used to
do
get.
an accent.
No,
That you keep saying that.
Okay, come on.
I
the third fuck
want-
you.
no,
Third
here's-
I'm waiting.
Fuck you.
There you go.
And
Thank
here's
you.
I think John Cho fucked me up because John's like, well, I don't do them, right? And I was like,
But he talks like John Cho.
yeah,
Yeah, John Cho has an.
That's an accent.
That's an accent.
Oh, that's right.
That's an accent.
It's a John Cho accent.
Yeah. So, you know what? I've done them. Like I was on Kirby Enthusiasm. I did one. I did one on
Easy for you to say.
The Dictator. What?
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. Well, you were on it?
Yeah, I was on Curb.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was terrifying
Terrifying. Yeah.
because it's all improv.
Yeah.
And all these guys know each other. So I'm like with, Ted Danson and Larry David and, Richard Lewis, the whole room full of Jeff Garland. And I'm like, how do I get a word in edgewise without stepping on their thing? I'm like, I'm just going to stand here and be quiet.
But you're so quick.
You are very.
You're very quick.
Thanks. Not quick enough. I mean, there's a room of like 6 top-notch improvers that have a relationship. And they've already got their thing going on. You're like, oh yeah, let's stick a wedge in here.
Well, even as a comedian, when I did it, I was just like, holy fuck. That's Larry David. Holy fuck. You know what I mean? what, because the scenes were just him and I, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
it's like,
That was fun with just him and I. That was great.
oh yeah, that was great. But still, there is a thing like, because I rarely like things. And so when I'm on something that I actually watch, I think that elevates it in a weird way.
Freaks you out. You're like, oh my God, I got to do a good job because I love this show.
Yeah. And you're so excited that you're there and stuff. But yeah, I would have been intimidated as well. I'm with all those guys
That
in the room.
full of people.
Oh my God.
And they're on every episode. And so they had like however many years it was together at that point. I'm like, oh, okay, this scene's going to be hard for me. But at least in the other stuff, because I played Cha-Cha, who was sitting outside of the bathroom like, you going to the bathroom again? And he comes and he's like, Cha-Cha, don't pay attention to when I go to the bathroom. He comes out, I'm like, wow, that was quick. He's like, don't say that's how quick it was that I went to the bathroom. So it was a whole gag and keep him talking the whole time. So that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. It's so you probably didn't audition for it.
That one I don't remember. I think I auditioned for another part.
Oh, I see.
For like someone that gives him a colonoscopy, but I didn't get that.
Yeah.
But I got this job.
Yeah.
Because it was Richard Lewis's girlfriend on it.
What?
You need your colonoscopy. You're
Yeah,
50.
set it up.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
I'll
need
set
that and your prostate.
The prostate.
We're
yeah.
here to help you.
I thank you.
Have you done blood work recently?
Yes,
He did.
I got it. I got the fucking blood work. But the audition, I remember, it was an index card. Oh. So when you're in the lobby, they just give you an index card and give you what the scenario
The topic,
is.
yeah.
The topic.
Yeah.
And then you just walk in with I remember walking in with the index card.
Yeah.
Going, here I go. I don't know what the fuck this is. And then it's Larry and Jeff Garland. And I think Larry Charles was there. And they're just sitting in the room. I love Larry Charles. I love him so fucking much. Anyway,
Yeah, such a nice guy.
What a nice guy. But I just remember, but once I walked in, I was like, you know what? I got it. You know what I mean? I'm Bobby Lee.
You are.
Yeah, I can do that.
All they told me was like, don't let him go into the bathroom. Just keep talking. So he has to walk away from you. And when he comes out of the bathroom, just keep talking. Don't let him walk away from you.
Yeah.
That's all I had. I was like, okay, verbal diarrhea. Here we go. Let's just talk shit about nothing.
So when does it come out? Easter.
Easter Sunday comes out August 5th.
When does this
at a
episode, when does this
theater
episode
near
come
you.
out? It's gonna be a hit. Number one, here's what I got from you.
I don't
today.
take anything for granted. I don't.
Yeah. You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank
you. look
you.
great.
We were really excited for this.
So excited for this episode.
I thought you were disappointed because you didn't get Joe. You just got me.
No, we've had Joe how many times?
Too many.
Too many times.
Really?
We've had Joe too many times, right? And when I landed you, I was like, oh. And I never thought he was going to happen because I was like, please, Joe.
You should have just got in touch with me directly.
I know I didn't have your number at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we.
Yeah, I have your number
so
now.
if you ever want me to come in and do
you're gonna-
armchair analysis.
Number one, you're. Can I say something? You're very good. You're very fast,
Quick.
and you're quick, right? And you're very talented. And thank you so much for doing it.
Thank
you know what I mean? I really.
It was a fun discussion. I'm glad you were open to all these different zigs and zags.
Oh, we zigzag and we zag.
You'll cut in. I know. You take out all the heavy.
No, we're not. We're not cutting any.
Self-analysis.
There's not one thing we're cutting out. Is there something that you want to cut out?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I
You didn't-
own it. I
Yeah,
own it.
yeah. We talked about my jizz all the time. Anyway. But at the end of our show, what we do is a thing called Unhelpful Advice.
Ooh.
And people email us problems, and we either help them or not.
That's like Love Line. I did that back in the day with Corolla.
Who else was it? Was Corolla and who?
Dr. Drew.
Drew. Yeah.
I love
the two
both
of
those
them
guys.
in this little studio down in like Culver City or something like that.
All right, so Unhelpful Advice.
Unhelpful Advice with Tia Carrere.
Oh.
Hey, TigerBelly. I go by the producer name Khalyla. I've been doing music for over 10 years, and I still haven't seen any significant progress in where I want to be. I'm 31 years old now. I'm still living in my parents' basement, hoping that one day I might be able to make something out of myself. I'm pretty confident in my ability to make some pretty damn good beats, but I still can't seem to open any doors that I want to see open my way. I don't want to disappoint my parents, even though I know they love me deeply and they are supporting my dream. After all these years, do I still continue to struggle, or should I throw in the towel and get schooling of a good-paying job to reassure my loving parents that I'll be able to support myself in the future? Thanks, Khalyla. He's feeling a little guilty. His parents believe in him, though.
It's a tough one. Because
Yeah, it is.
It's a tough one because I'm always one to support someone's dream and to follow your heart, but at the same time, it's like you got to make a living.
Yeah. Even actors are, waiters in a restaurant getting tips so that they go pay for their acting classes for when that job comes around.
Yeah.
If
Does
it's
he
your
have a job?
passion, yeah.
Does he have a job?
I think he has to have a job at least.
If your daughter stayed at your house and she was 31 and she was like, a DJ.
I changed the locks.
Boom.
No, eventually you would say something?
Of course, she wouldn't be 31 living in. No, she wouldn't know. I would. That's the point of like getting them up to speed. Unless there's some serious illness or some incapacitation.
What if she's like, Mom, I have a dream. You had your dream. You followed your dream. I support my dream.
You know when my dream popped? When I was 17. No, no. I mean, I'd be like, honey, I love that you're passionate about this. Let's get you some gigs on the weekend. Let's, see, if I know anybody that needs something for a party or whatever, but you have to be able to earn your keep. If you weren't living in my house, you'd have to pay for an apartment. You have to pay for your car. You have to pay for your insurance. These are the things you need to pay for. So how are you going to do that while you're supporting your own dream?
So let me ask you something. If your daughter was, let's say she wasn't living at home and she was in her 30s and she asked for money, would you give her money?
I don't think that's helpful. I don't think that's helpful.
Yeah. So you wouldn't.
I would try not to.
You would though.
If it's, I've helped people out.
You
I
would.
helped so many people out over the course of time. And it's always like during this one period of time where, I'll get kicked out if I don't have help here or whatever. Okay, let's look at why you're in this situation and, see if I can help you with the structure so that you don't get into the situation again, But yeah, it's.
My thing is I'll help one time. I'll help.
But you don't even have to if it's not something that you feel is warranted. If they've gotten themselves dug so deep because they were overspending, they were not taking care of business or whatever. There's nothing wrong with you saying, "I really feel badly for you. I wish you weren't in this situation, but I wish you luck with it."
Wow.
That's gangster shit right there.
Yeah.
Really is.
And it's hard to say no, especially when you have the resources. But
Yeah.
it's.
I had to learn that. My family in the Philippines, it's like every other day, even just today, it's always, asking for X amount for this thing, now this thing. Someone's, eyes fell off their head. Like it's always going to be something.
And there's only one of you, and there's like so many more of them.
But
Both
there is
eyes?
that guilt, both eyes. But there is that guilt of,
problem.
saying no. But
Yeah,
I've had
yeah,
to be
yeah.
firm. And it's something that I've only recently learned, maybe like 2 years ago, where saying no didn't feel like I had to feel, I felt
Guilty.
feeling so beyond
Why am I so
guilty.
lucky? And
Yeah.
But there's only one of you. If you helped out every single person that asked you, you would then be in financial difficulty,
Yeah. I just would freak the fuck out if somebody's eyes fell out of their head.
But it's
can't
always
get over
that.
that.
That's always the
I mean,
plea,
imagine
right?
though, but to visually imagine it though, right? You have whatever the nerves and stuff attached out of the retina. So it'd just be like, that would be the scariest thing.
Yeah.
You should help them.
like a John Carpenter.
You should help.
That's
help
not
that.
so far away from the truth. That is the truth. My cousin is in prison over there, and he needed an eye operation because he was going
But it's
blind.
not out of the head.
And so they were like,
Detached
basically, they're not gonna.
I don't know why I'm obsessed with it.
They.
Just say it right. You know what I mean?
He was going blind.
He was going blind.
There we
That's
go.
fine.
There
That's
we
fine.
But then I'm like, well, what'd he do to get himself locked up? And
Yeah,
truly, it was a pretty atrocious thing he did. So I'm like, my family's just all a bunch of lovely criminals.
Yeah.
But,
What do we tell this guy though? What do we tell this fucking guy?
Well, I need more information. Does he have a job? And if he doesn't, he should have a job.
yeah.
Let's say he does
help.
have a job still, but it seems like he's just very guilty that his parents are so gung ho about him, but he's just not. It's 10 years. 10 years in
10 years in.
of
You
the
know-
passion.
Listen, and this is a brutal thing I'm going to say. And I see that with comics all the time, right? I know dudes that I started with that are still doing it. And nothing happened. And what I do is something so brutal, but I just cut them out. And I just basically go, I'm not mean, but I'll say stuff like, maybe it's time to move on. It's hard. But 10 years is pretty much the time. If you spent 10 years grinding away at an art, right? And you don't see any opening and you don't see anything happening, it might be time to move on. It's hard to say, but it's like,
Or pivot within the industry.
yeah, for me, every year,
You could do sound for a studio and make money.
Be an
doing that
engineer,
and
right.
use the back of the clock. He could have the studio like at from 2 a.m. till 4 a.m. to do his music. There you go.
Yeah.
That's making lemonade out of lemons. I mean, you're making a living, so you're not living in your parents' basement.
yeah.
You're making a living in an adjacent business. So you're listening to the best and the brightest and the newest coming up while you continue to foster your art, your passion, whatever. And then it'll fall off eventually if you just like, you know what? These guys are so much better than me. I'm just going to let them do it. And I'm going to become the best, engineer that I possibly can.
Yeah. Like for me, what I do every year, what I did was this. I started in '95, and I remember the first year was like, you know what? This is the first I killed in front of 200 people, so that was like a big landmark. The year after that was like, I opened for Pauly in Vegas, right? The year after that is, I did my first TV spot. You know what I mean? I was still living poor, but like I could see
Forward
things
momentum.
happening slowly, right? And then by year, let's say it's 95, in 2000, 5 years, I did Leno. So I was just,
Wow.
yeah, I was like, okay,
Yep.
now, you know what I mean? But I did struggle, but it was like every year you could see movement. You know what I mean? So it's like, and if this guy could see movement, maybe not quit, right? But if it's like stagnant for 10 years,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Then I don't know, maybe move on. It's
But if
hard to
he's paying his own bills, fine and good. Let it be your mistress on the side.
Right, yeah,
If that's what fills your heart with joy, continue to be the best DJ ever and play. Put it on SoundCloud, do a video, put it on YouTube. Whatever. Working in an adjacent business, but you got to pay your own bills.
Yeah. Like my friend worked with Mark Ruffalo in Echo Park, Silver Lake bartending, right? And then Mark got, what's that movie I love with Laura Linney? You Can Count on Me.
Yeah.
You Can Count on Me. And, all the reviews were he's the next Brando. You know what I mean? And he never worked at a bar since then. But like, so he was
Brando?
working hard at a bar.
Brando.
It's the Asian way of saying it.
What did I say?
Brando.
Brandao.
You said Brando instead of Brando.
Brando.
You're doing an accent now. Congratulations.
His name is not Marlon Brando?
Brando.
Brando. We'll have to Google that.
We'll have to bring him on.
Yeah, I think it's
You
Brando.
hurt my heart, Marlon Brando, man.
All right.
Legendary.
He's a legend.
Brandao.
Yeah.
I got to improv with him.
Did you really?
In what scenario?
This movie up in Montreal, and it was so crazy. That was terrifying.
Wait.
work with-
You worked with Marlon Brando?
Brandao.
You worked with Marlon Brando.
Yes, I did. Just one scene. It was cut out of the movie, but I got to have that.
What was he like?
He was very, very big. It was at the end of his life already. He was very, very big, and he had, clearly had problems, but he was having fun. Just sort of like, I was supposed to be some insurance adjuster that was there to give him a check for some car that had gotten stolen or something, and then it turned out to be a scam. So I'm like, I can't give you this to you unless you give me the proper documentation and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what island are you from? Blah, blah, blah. I said,
Oh, right. Yeah.
I said, well, I'm from Hawaii, but that's really beside the point. We're here to talk about your insurance adjusting. I love Hawaii. I have a Tahitian child. I was like, he went on this whole tangent. He was just there just having fun flirting. I'm like, oi. Trying to keep the scene on track, but it was cool.
Oh, so it was improv.
Yeah, improv, completely improv.
Wow.
It wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
There was a script, but it turned into something completely different.
Oh, that's what he did with the Island of Dr. Moreau.
That's my favorite story you tell about the dolphin.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Or the
So he told, he called New Line, one of the executives, because I want to stop production and I want to rewrite the script. And
The
they're
entire?
they're shooting, like they're midway in the movie. And of course, if you're an executive, you're like, you know what I mean? I'm going to listen to Marlon Brando. And he's like, my suggestion is through the whole movie, I'm wearing a mask.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Right? And they're like, he's like, okay. And at the end of the movie, I pull off the mask and I'm a dolphin. And the executive was
didn't
like,
hear
yeah. He's like, no. Nope.
we can't
No.
have-
But like, he literally wanted to stop production and to change it. You know, he went into that movie just like, I'm not doing the dialogue. I'll show up when I want to show up, and I'm going to do whatever
make
I
it
want to do.
whatever I
And
want.
make it, yeah. Imagine having that kind of power.
That's like pure artistry.
I love it. Yeah. Is he the biggest guy you've worked with? Who's the biggest guy you've worked with?
Is this him?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Jeez, how you pulled that up like that?
And that's you?
I gotta be careful what I post on there. Yeah, that's me.
That's amazing.
With
That's
curly hair
Marlon
and
fucking
glasses.
Brando. Legend.
Marlon fucking Brando.
Was he the biggest? Was he the biggest guy you've worked with?
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. That right there would be a life changer for me.
That was trippy. Yeah, that's cool.
That's such a great photo.
It's a great fucking photo.
That's me on set going, where do I go with this scene? I look at my face like,
Yeah.
he's talking about Tahiti. I'm supposed to be giving him an insurance check.
Yeah. Wow.
Who's going to call cut?
Oh, so they kept the cameras rolling?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was it on film or digital?
It was on film.
Wow.
Roll out. Sorry, we have roll out. We have to reload.
Wow. Imagine just rolling on film. And he's talking about Tahiti right now. Imagine
money.
all this money being wasted. All right, Tia, we're going to promote your movie. And we
It's
would
not
love
my movie. I'm just happy to be part of it.
It's your movie.
It's your fucking
It's your
movie.
movie.
We're calling it your
it's-
movie.
We're calling it
Yes,
a movie.
Easter Sunday.
Yeah. Tia Carrere in Easter Sunday. That's,
Right.
yeah. We would love to have you. Anytime you want to promote anything, come back.
Great.
You have my
when
number?
And when we get Kevin Shea on here, maybe
She can
she
mediate.
can
You
moderate.
You can be a yeah, that'll be an ugly episode, but maybe you can
I
moderate.
don't want to get caught in the crossfire. That's all.
There's not gonna be no violence.
No violence involved. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But it was a pleasure, and whatever you ever need from me, I'm there for you.
Thank you.
I'm being real.
Thank you.
If you ever need anything, if you like have a charity and you want me and Joe Coy to do it, a charity show, we'll kill it. All right.
Oh, 100%.
All
Holy
right?
cow.
Anything you want. Okay.
you.
Give her a round of applause.
Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you. You're so